Yes, the Casanovians. Yes, the Casanovians. Oh, I can see the little shadow of the phone. That's nice. All right, boys. So, in this stream, I just wanted to talk to you about. Well, really, I wanted to just dedicate this stream for any guy who, I don't know, just feeling a little bit lonely during the holidays. I think this is quite a common, universal affliction amongst single men. I've always found that during the Christmas period is when guys start strategizing about the new year, you know, new year, new me and all that. I've had so many guys who, when they first reached out to work with me, usually it was around the Christmas period where they first came across my content, and then they were watching my content for a couple of months, and I found Christmas, that period, it was a catalyst for their decision to make some serious changes. I remember one of the guys that I worked with in London last summer, we'll call him Jason, 33-year-old business owner who on paper was doing really well for himself, had money in the bank, had 2 beautiful children, prioritized his health, solid career. But when he first reached out to work with me, he'd come out of a 10-year long-term relationship, and the dating landscape had changed massively since he met his ex. So he met her down the pub, back when dating apps weren't a thing, back before Instagram became a dating platform. You know, things had just changed. And I remember when he reached out to me, he was like, dude, I just know something needs to change. Like, I'm lonely. I feel as though I don't actually know how to meet new people during the Christmas period. He was like looking around at his life thinking, fucking hell, I don't have love, you know, I don't have joy in my life. And watching his friends talking about their Christmas plans, I think that's what really gets the guys from my experience. It's watching your friends or your peers or your colleagues, you know, talking about their Christmas plans, being all happy and nice. And yeah, I think it gets the guys. So I don't know, man. I just wanted to put this out there just to make you aware that change is definitely available to you. And I find that those rock bottom periods of our lives when we feel like absolute shit, where we feel as though our lives are just not where we want them to be, you start to look at other people's lives and you think, why don't I have that? Is there something wrong with me? Am I ever going to be able to change? It's like that quote from Fight Club, which I've always loved. It's only after we've lost everything are we free to do anything. And I've always been big into the reframes, like reframing things. So even if you are on your own right now, even if you're a single guy, maybe you've had failed relationships, maybe like Jason, you're a single father, maybe you've got children, maybe you had a loving relationship, maybe you've never had a loving relationship, and you're watching other people be all nice and happy, and you're thinking, fuck. And it's easy to spiral into those self-deprecating thought patterns and start wallowing and, oh, I don't need this, I'm going to go my own way, and start to get bitter and resentful towards the thing that you actually want, which is a loving relationship with a wife-worthy woman. So I'd honestly say use the holidays, use all of that pain and transmute it into power. Use this as your North Star, you know, use it as your compass that, okay, I might not be where I want to be right now, I might not be living the life that I want to live, I might not be making the money that I want to be making, I might not be dating the women that I want to be dating, but fuck me, I'm committed. Even though I didn't start my personal renaissance during the Christmas period, I definitely resonate with that I just need to do something type of mindset. Like 4 years ago when I was at my rock bottom, when I had no money, I had no women, I was a porn addict, I had erectile dysfunction, I was working that dead-end job and working that grotty apartment and trying to make something of myself, like posting a few videos online and getting instant feedback from people being like, oh, what are you doing? You're ugly. Why are you wasting time approaching women during COVID? You have to wait for all of this to pass. You're a 4 out of 10. You're physically disadvantaged. Who do you think you are? All of that feedback, like I took it as fuel. I don't know if it's like a masochistic, sadistic tendency that I've got, but I just take everything as a compliment now. I always view things as, how can this serve me? You know, so it's the whole like nothing happens to you, everything happens for you. So I would honestly say to you, man, if you're one of my clients or even if you're someone who's on the fringes, considering working with me in the new year, I would say use this period, like use this pain and use all this energy that you've got of feeling lonely and lost and afraid, channel that and make something great out of it. I think one of the best things that I ever got taught was, hey Kristian, it doesn't matter how shit your life gets, no one's ever coming to save you. Yeah, so it's like, I've always viewed it like that. Like, what's my other option? You know, I could be upset, I could be miserable, I could go online and be bitter and look at other guys and think, oh, it's so easy for this guy, or this guy is handed it all to him. He's probably a natural, social skills probably came easy to him. Or I could actually just use this period and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna get at it, rather than sinking into toxic habits during the festive period, rather than getting fat and lazy and having to use January to rewrite all of those bad decisions. Like, yeah, if you want to enjoy yourself, but I would honestly say just use this period of your life as a massive catalyst. I call it your rock bottom renaissance. And usually it's when guys have hit their rock bottom, that's when they reach out to work with me or some other person who they resonate with. It's like, I know something needs to change, I know I'm not getting any younger, I know that the dating landscape has changed, and I just want to take massive action. That's what Jason did. He reached out to me. I remember the first day of us working together in London, he was an absolute shell of an individual. He rocked up wearing this weird anorak. He was, just dressed terribly. He was super low on confidence. The first day, like honestly, the first day of our coaching experience, it was probably one of the worst days of coaching that I've ever had. It was pissing it down with rain in central London. I was like, yo, Jason, how are you, man? And he was like, oh, I'm depressed. I was like, here we fucking go. And on that first day, at the end of the day, I remember giving him my feedback, like just no bullshit feedback, right? Like, dude, your mindset, your attitude, you need to dress better. You look like you've just come off the peasant bus. Like, I was just very no bullshit with him. And he appreciated that feedback so much. He came back the next day, complete, different, transformed individual. He was ready to get at it. And I find that's usually what guys need. Certainly the guys that resonate with my content. I don't like to tiptoe around the edges. I just like to give people straight, no bullshit feedback. Tell them what they need to know rather than what they want to hear. Because ultimately, that's what guys pay for, right? Because usually the guys that I work with, they don't get that no bullshit feedback from their peer group. Usually people are too scared to give them advice, or maybe they've got high status in their job and they never actually get told that no bullshit, this is what you need to do. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through this food market now. I think that's one of the reasons why I actually love being away from the UK, like during the winter period, because I think it's easy to get stuck into the bad weather and the negative mindset and everyone's drinking around you. I think, you know, just getting a little bit of sunshine in your life, spending time around good people, it makes a massive difference. But yeah, I just wanted to put this together because I know there's a lot of guys out there who are struggling, especially during the festive period, and it's easy to, I think, to sink into that scarcity mindset and start to feel lost and lonely and, oh, are things ever going to change? But I'm a big advocate of writing things down. If you've downloaded my free course, it's called My Most Fuckable Man course. I'll link it below. We talk about building a personal renaissance document, so actually creating a custom-made character, because oftentimes we become what we practice. So I would say use this as a springboard to make 2025 the best year ever. Don't fall into those toxic habits and drinking yourself silly and watching fucking sad movies and listening to sad music, you know, getting Adele on in the background. Yeah, I would say step one, after watching this stream, go download my free course, My Most Fuckable Man course, create your personal renaissance document, remind yourself of it every single day, and then make your actions align with your ambitions. And dude, a lot can change in the space of a year. Do you know what I mean? Like, a year is a long time. I think if you can just take all of this pain and use it as your fuel, not view it as a negative, but actually view it as a springboard for becoming the person that you need to be, then you're going to be unstoppable. And especially if you're, like, dude, if you're watching this content now and you're following this stuff and you've got that intention to go into the new year with unequivocal vigor and enthusiasm, then that's already going to put you ahead of so many guys who aren't even considering improving themselves. You know, the guys who are just going down the pub and getting pissed with their work colleagues and making a fool of themselves at the Christmas party because they're trying to escape from a life that they don't know how to change. Like, just the sheer fact that you're watching this and you're serious about making some serious changes, that's awesome, man. It's awesome. So yeah, I mean, look, for me, my my Christmas period. I'm going to be going to the Muay Thai gym tomorrow, just keeping myself in good shape, eating good food, staying away from just like the unhealthy vices. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to springboard into the new year and not have to undo or redo any bad decisions. So yeah, just being as social as possible, getting super dialed in with the content, training Muay Thai at least 3 times a week, going to the powerlifting gym. And yeah, I've always kind of viewed Christmas as just like a scam in a way. I feel like it's a little bit like the weekends. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I think the mind dead masses, they live for the weekends. I think Christmas becomes a distraction. It's like a band-aid solution for, oh, well, it's Christmas, so I might as well just lose myself and put on 20 stone and forget about my hashtag problems. And then, you know, rolling into January, which is probably the most depressing month of the year, especially if you're in the UK or Europe. To be fair, my birthday's in January, 12th of January for anybody who cares. No one does. So yeah, for me, my modus operandi, prioritizing healthy habits, getting super dialed in with the content, doing these live streams, training Muay Thai, just being the best coach possible for my community, showing up on the calls, giving immense value on these streams. And yeah, I don't know, man, just prioritizing massive action, because as we know, belief follows action. So yeah, get a clear idea of how you actually want your 2025 to look, create your personal renaissance document, download my free course. Even if this video has been 1% useful for 1% of people who've watched it, then that's really cool. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the food market. I'm gonna take my girlfriend there later. We're gonna eat some fucking octopus. But anyway, boys, listen, if you enjoyed this live stream, drop it a like. If you haven't enjoyed it, drop it a like as well. And I'll speak to you boys again tomorrow. Mwah!